Someone get me a damage report.
We've got a problem.
Only one?
They've just dropped some sort of spike outside. It's generating the same type of pulse that knocked us out of the sky.
They don't want us. They want the ship. Isn't there some way you can override it?
Not from here. I can't get our engines online while it's out there.
Commander, we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Destroying that spike is our only chance of getting out of here. We can't let the aliens take this ship. Menace 1-5, situation critical. Primary Avenger systems are offline and hostiles are moving toward the age. Shen, any updates?
Commander, we've got a critical system failure. The Avenger is dead in the water. I'm diverting reserve power to the scanners and they're picking up a powerful radiation source nearby. We need to locate and destroy whatever it is disrupting our systems.
We may have a bigger problem, Commander. We're picking up heavy comm traffic. Dozens of Advent transports are inbound on our position, and they've got battleships in tow. The aliens are sending everything they've got. We have to get this ship off the ground, or we may not make it out of this one.
I will always find you an alien patrol.
Hey, RetconRaider here, and it looks like we're diving right in today. I think this is actually the third time an Advent UFO has tried to shoot us down, but it's the first time they've actually succeeded. It's actually pretty hard to trigger this special mission, which is a shame because it's a pretty fun scenario. We basically have to defend the Avenger from infinite waves of Advent reinforcements until we can take out that objective and get back to the ship. Now, obviously my plan here is to abuse Dragonova's shadow ability. Now that she has 2 claymores, she can actually take out that objective by herself. I just need to clear these pods out of her way to minimize the chances of her being spotted. Well, I missed the priest. That's a bit of a shame, but we can work with it. That will at least give Naz someone to mind control. Since I never got around to building a defense matrix, we can use all the guns we can get out here.
Absolutely.
Looks like Altex already has an open shot, so let's take it. That's 1 down, just an infinite number to go.
What did you expect?
Now let's go ahead and bring Naz up. In fact, if we can draw line of sight to that priest, we'll go ahead and brainjack him now. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Whoops, though that did trigger the other pod. But, that's fine. We were going to have to take care of them sooner or later anyway. Let's keep bringing our guys up.
As you command.
Doesn't look like I can draw any line of sight here, so we'll just set the rest of the guys on Overwatch for now. Though, next turn we'll start moving our guys up onto the rooftop. That'll make it a lot easier to pick off approaching enemy pods.
Scanning.
The bonus move action, so let's go ahead and push him up a little closer now. And let's see what Advent does. Well, it looks like they're already going after our new priest. I would like to keep him alive as long as possible, but ultimately he is just a glorified decoy.
Sending reinforcements in from the Avengers reserves.
Hey, Karn has joined the party. Nice to see you, man. That's actually one of the things I love about this mission. Because the entire Avenger is under threat, Bradford will periodically send out other random soldiers from your roster to help. It's always fun waiting to see which soldiers will answer the call to battle, though I do think they set a cap on reinforcements at a total of 8 soldiers. At that point, you'll only have more soldiers show up if some of the guys you have on the battlefield get incapacitated or killed.
Not a problem.
I'd like to go ahead and move Dragonova up, but I want to get that other pod out of the way first. I guess we should move our priest into a more defensive position as well. Now let's actually have him take a shot at the mech. Then Naz should be able to finish it off. There we go. That's one more enemy off the field. In fact, let's go ahead and move Dragonova up now. We'll just make sure we keep our distance from that other trooper.
No place for you to go now.
But now we've got two Archons blocking our path.
I'll watch closely.
Obviously, that's going to be a problem. I can't do anything about that just yet, so for now we'll just keep moving our guys up closer to this building. Phoenix can actually reach the roof from where he's standing, but he wouldn't be able to get under cover, so I'm not comfortable putting him up there just yet.
On the move. Good to go. Covering now.
Looks like we've got that officer incoming, and that of course is setting off our overwatch. No hits, but those superior stocks are still doling out automatic damage.
That was close.
The target is marked.
And it looks like we've got two more pods coming in from the north. That's a total of 3 Archons and 2 Sectoids. First things first, let's get Dragonova well out of their way. We want to skirt around them if possible. They'll only spot her if they actually move right up adjacent to her. And there's our objective.
1-5, we have visual confirmation on the disruptor. Destroy it, and let's get the hell out of here before it's too late.
If we're lucky, we'll be able to take that thing out in the next 2 or 3 turns. Now let's see if we can do something about this officer. First we'll soften him up with our priest. And now we'll see if we can finish him off with someone else. Let's see here. Haltex can probably take care of that.
Not a problem.
Oh wait, no. Altex, come on, man. Okay, well, Altex just unloaded a critical hit into our priest. Honestly, it's kind of stupid that you can target your own dominated allies. Domination is permanent, so I can't really think of any circumstances where you'd want to execute your own ally, other than maybe to collect their corpse at the end of a fight.
Mind is your weakness.
Well, we'll just do what we should have done in the first place. We'll have Naz finish off the officer with Soulfire, though he's stubbornly refusing to die. Well, let's go ahead and start moving our guys up onto the rooftop. We should be able to take care of the officer from there.
I will go.
And there we go. One less officer to deal with. Now we just have to worry about those 2 other incoming pods. And the infinite reinforcements coming after that. I do want to get more guys on the rooftop, but we need to be careful not to prematurely set off those 2 pods that Dragonova spotted.
And now.
I am on watch.
Now let's set our guys in Overwatch and see what happens.
Overwatch. Not even close. reinforcements in from the Avengers reserves.
Well, that definitely could have gone better, but at least Phoenix landed a solid hit, and these two pods are both clustered pretty tightly together. Let's start by picking off that straggler in the back. The last thing we want to deal with are any enemies who can control mines. Well, it took all of Mox's actions, but we took one of the sectoids out. Now let's get a grenade out there.
This is for you!
That takes out the other sectoid, but now we've got a lost swarm incoming. Fortunately, these guys are pretty trivial now that we have the headshot resistance order.
I must focus my strikes.
In fact, Karn is uniquely qualified to clear the board here. Let's bring him up, and he can start collecting all the blood and skulls he can carry. We'll start him off by taking a free Lightning Hands attack at one of the tougher foes. And I think you know what's coming next.
Multiple enemies neutralized.
Oh hey, and it looks like we've got WotC on the field
Moving to
now.
position.
That's cool, we could use more area attacks. Though the downside, of course, is that I didn't get to customize his loadout, so he's only packing default equipment right now. But plasma grenades should work just fine.
Enemies neutralized.
That just leaves one more Archon as the immediate threat. I don't think Altex is going to be able to draw line of sight, so we'll just have him clear out that last zombie.
That's how it's done.
Now let's bring Naz up and see what he can do about that last Archon.
Already.
I could just neutralize it with stasis, but then we'd have to deal with it next turn. Insanity might work, but that's a bit too unpredictable. I could toss an extra action at someone, maybe Altex, but I don't think he'd be able to finish off the Archon in one turn. Let's see who else hasn't gone. Oh, actually, Phoenix might be able to draw a line of sight. Yeah, there we go.
Moving to position.
Alright, that sets the Archon up for the kill. And we've still got that one brute to take care of, too. Let's go ahead and burn off Altex's run and gun. Then we'll bring him up to take care of that brute. After that, Naz should be able to finish off the Archon.
Sure thing. Only the best. Overwatch.
Actually, I'm not sure if we've inflicted enough damage on that thing to finish it in one shot, so...
Sure thing.
Since no one else can draw line of sight to it, let's just lock it down with stasis for now.
My mind is my shield.
And now that we've got all the hostiles out of the way, it's time to move Dragonova up a bit closer. She might actually be within striking range next turn.
I go where I'm needed. I found their patrol.
Ah, but of course there's another Advent pod guarding the objective. I guess I should have seen that coming. Let's go ahead and use our last action to toss a Claymore in there. Then we'll toss another one in next turn, just for good measure.
Placing the weapon.
Come get some.
Commander, the situation just got worse. Resistance outposts are reporting enemy transports on the move across this region. They're getting ready for an all-out assault.
Alright, things are looking pretty good here. Let's get another Claymore on the objective, then we can blow it up and start pulling Dragonova back towards the Avenger. We do have another reinforcement pod incoming, but honestly, we've got so much firepower on the field, it shouldn't be a problem.
Target destroyed. Excellent work, Menace 1-5. Shen, what's our status?
Whatever it was, destroying it seems to have lifted the disruption field. Engine control systems are coming back online. We should be clear to take off within 60 seconds.
Commander, we can take off on your order. We should get the squad on board and get moving.
Okay, well, we did end up activating the pod that was on the objective. That's slightly more problematic because the Spectre can take someone out in a single hit. Dragonova's still in stealth, but if they somehow spot her, then she could be in some real danger, so I think we'll have Karn start laying down some cover fire. Blood for the Blood God. Not bad. A solid critical hit. Now let's bring the bear a little closer. He's having a bit of a hard time contributing with this building in the way.
Heading out.
And while he's moving up, let's see if we can have someone finish off that Archon. Altex could handle that pretty easily, but I think I'd rather keep him on Overwatch for when that reinforcement pod arrives. Let's go ahead and have Naz take the shot instead. And of course it dodged. Well, now we'll have to waste one more attack on it.
Yes, Commander.
In fact, let's just go ahead and start moving everyone up to the building edge here.
Heading out.
It's going to take Dragonova at least 2 or 3 turns to get back to the Avenger, so our whole squad needs to be ready to lay down withering cover fire. That takes care of the Archon. Now let's get everyone on Overwatch and see what else Advent's throwing at us.
I'm on it.
Actually, scratch that. I'm a little worried about Dragonova, so let's have Altex burn off his teamwork. And we can get her a little closer to home.
I'm on the move.
Okay, here come the reinforcements. Looks like we've got a priest and a mech. Definitely nothing to worry about.
I have
Advent
sight
troops here.
beyond vision.
Okay, oh,
Shadows fail us.
maybe we do have something to worry about here.
I need a more frontal position.
Alright, we're okay. Dragonova getting spotted could have gone pretty badly, but it looks like we lucked out here. With a whole squad worth of attacks, it's pretty certain we're going to wipe these guys off the map. So, let's get started. I just need to decide who is going to do what first. I guess if we're prioritizing targets, then we need to start with that badly wounded Spectre. So, Karn, you're up. Nicely done. Now, who's next?
Hostile terminated.
Let's see if we can get WotC into a position where he can actually see someone. And it looks like he's headed for the bar. Whoops. Alright, well he drew some fire, but he's fine. Now let's have him return the favor. That trims off most of the mech's armor and makes it a little easier for the rest of our squad to kill. Now let's... I guess we should do something about that priest over there. Naz has a lot of moves to choose from, but I think we're going to try taking our chances with insanity. This could end up stunning the priest, or panicking it, or even mind controlling it. It all depends on what the RNG decides. And the RNG has decided on mind control. Certainly can't complain about that. Since the priest is neutralized, let's go ahead and take down that mech. Alright, Mox knocked it low enough that anyone can finish it off with one more attack. Let's go ahead and move all our guys into better positions. Then we'll have someone drop it and set everyone else on Overwatch. In fact, let's go ahead and pull Dragonova back and have her finish off the mech.
I am trusting you.
Alright, let's go ahead and get everyone else on Overwatch.
Ammo remaining.
Affirmative. Covering now. Got it covered.
Well, our decoy priest is on fire. I can live with that. Oh, and there goes their stun lancer.
That's how it's done.
Menace 1-5, be advised, we've picked up hostile reinforcements inbound on your position.
And the priest just burned to death, but... yeah, he's going into stasis. Oh, and it looks like the stasis actually ended the mind control effect. That's interesting.
I am at your service.
Well, we've cleared most of the enemies off the board at this point, but we do have some more reinforcements coming, so let's go ahead and keep pulling back in an orderly fashion. Single move actions ending with Overwatch, just to make sure we don't get shot in the back while we're retreating to the Avenger.
I'm on it.
We could just sprint straight back towards the evac zone and be gone within a turn or two.
On your order.
But I'll admit, I always like milking at least a few extra kills from these missions.
On the move. Affirmative. Covering now. Heading out. Here I come.
I think everyone's in position, so
On site.
let's go ahead and set up our Overwatch
Overwatch.
and see what Advent's sending our way.
Come get some. I'm on it.
I can already see a priest, and there's a lancer and a mech. Pretty standard. Now let's see how many of them actually survive long enough to do anything.
Got some Advent here. That won't do it.
There goes the priest. He's not dead, but he is in stasis, so that gets him out of the way for the moment. Though, no one took any shots at the lancer. That's a little odd. In fact, this is probably taking a little longer than it's supposed to. Oh no, I think Advent has finally found the one surefire way to stop XCOM. They've frozen the entire game. Well, let's see what we can do about this. And we're back. I gave it about 5 minutes. The game was absolutely frozen solid. So I rolled back to the previous autosave. I'm pretty sure I've got everyone back in the right position, so let's just try this again, shall we?
Affirmative. Covering now. Come get some. I'm on it. Affirmative.
I
Covering
see
now.
everything.
Okay, so far so good. Same enemies, same landing spot.
Advent troops spotted.
Slightly better results for us this time. We've already killed the priest.
It's done.
And there goes the Lancer. Or not. Could have sworn that Altex did enough damage to finish him off, but whatever.
It's still moving.
Okay, do not tell me it's... There we go. For a second there I was worried it was actually frozen again. And there goes the Purifier.
No compromises.
Commander, the situation just got worse. Resistance outposts are reporting enemy transports on the move across this region. They're getting ready for an all-out assault.
I could swear Bradford already said that. But,
Let's do this.
Oop, and once again I've overlooked on Overwatch. Ooh, and Naz took a pretty nasty hit as a result. I really need to pay more attention to that sort of thing. Well, it's fine. He survived, and it's nothing we can't have Phoenix patch up. Let's keep pulling our guys back towards the Avenger and take down that mech while we're at it. I need to make sure we finish off that Lancer too, but the mech's a much easier target, so... There we go, not a bad start.
Wet up the armor.
Oh, Karn's Lightning Hands is cooled down, so let's actually have him finish off that Lancer now. Blood for the Blood God, you know the drill. And once again, the Blood God comes through.
Hostile terminated.
I'm sure Karn would love to stick around and collect an infinite amount of blood and skulls, but let's go ahead and pull him back with everyone else.
I'm on it.
Though I will let him take a parting shot at that mech.
Wet up the armor.
Now we should be able to finish it off with one more shot, so let's bring Altex around.
On my way.
There we go. Now let's,
What did you expect?
who else do we need to pull back?
Moving to Overwatch.
Well, let's reload Dragonova's gun and start pulling her back as well. But she moves pretty slowly when she's not in shadow.
I'm on the move.
Let's have Mox take out that badly injured priest. Nice. Now let's pull him back to the Avenger too. We can actually get him there a little faster by making use of his grappling hook.
Repositioning. I will move.
Let's get Wajtek and
Moving to position.
Phoenix back into the evac zone as well.
Moving to Overwatch. Heading out. Come get some.
And let's go ahead and pull Dragonova back a bit more too.
Come get some.
And there's another reinforcement pod. Looks like a Lancer, a mech, and an officer. Still pretty standard.
The Peacekeepers come to fight.
Get it together. I'll get him next time.
Menace 1-5, be advised, we've picked up hostile reinforcements inbound on your position.
Not bad. We definitely snuck in a couple of good hits there. And this time I'm definitely not overlooking the fact that the mech is on Overwatch. So before we move anyone, let's go ahead and take care of that. Oh, well. Okay, that was a bit of a silly move because now Dragonova's stuck there till next turn, but that's fine. We'll just get one more round worth of kills before we leave.
I'm on it.
We could have Phoenix try to take out that Lancer, but he's got a 40% chance of missing, so I think we can put his action to better use by tossing a quick heal at Naz. Now let's go ahead and keep pulling our guys back. Oh, Wojtek still has grenades, of course, so that's actually what I should have probably used instead of taking a shot with Dragonova.
This is for you.
Now let's go ahead and keep pulling back.
Heading out.
Actually, since we're stuck here for the turn anyway, let's just move Altex back up and take another shot at the mech.
I'm coming for you.
We might as well see if we can kill it before it gets to take any actions. Only a glancing hit, but hair trigger proc, so let's take another shot. Very nice.
That's how it's done.
We've got another reinforcement pod coming in.
Let's move.
We've got things pretty much under control.
Non-evade detection.
Let's go ahead and spend one more turn getting a couple of extra kills. Then we'll bail out next turn.
On Overwatch. We're green to go. Moving to Overwatch. Advent troops here.
The time for hiding is over.
Come on, focus! Missed the target.
Menace 1-5, be advised, we've picked up hostile reinforcements inbound on your position.
Alright, I think it's time to go. Let's take a few parting shots, get everyone back into the Avenger, and be on our way. Naz can't quite line up a good shot with Null Lance. But he can just use Void Rift instead. Well, that was a little less impressive than I was expecting, but I guess he's getting tired. Let's go ahead and pull Dragonova back. Now Mox can reload, and let's see if we can get that Lancer into a better position.
No one escapes.
Sometimes you just can't get any justice. Now let's go ahead and pull Shotgun back. Though there's not really any good spots for him to stand. Though I guess that doesn't actually matter if we're planning to evacuate before the end of the turn. So let's just park him out here in the open. Now let's lob another grenade over there.
Bombs away!
That finishes off the mech, and it looks like it killed the Lancer too, so I guess our work's done here.
No need to ask twice. Moving to position. Sure thing.
All aboard, Raiders. It's time to go.
Excellent work, Commander. Looks like the Avenger lives to fight another day.
The soldier that joined us from the Resistance is certainly a quick study, having already surpassed some of our other soldiers' capabilities.
All those kills and not a single promotion. Oh well. Once Dragonova took out the jamming array, the Avenger's engines hummed back to life, and once we had recovered our strike team, we quickly took back to the skies. Thankfully, there was no sign of the Advent fighter craft that had first shot us down, so we quickly made our escape, easily outrunning the fleet of dropships that gave pursuit. As we retreated back into the shadows, Blightwalker was quick to send me a message. He smugly assured me that, although we had managed to escape his latest trap, he was done fooling around. As of now, we officially had Advent's undivided attention. I guess that was when I realized just how careless I had gotten. I had made a lot of mistakes over the past year, first with Mordenna and now with her siblings. I was going to have to be much more careful going forward, because I had the sneaking suspicion that things were going to get a lot harder for us from here on out.